So you're all very welcome, and if it's your first morning, good morning Pascal, if it's your first morning back, you know the drill. Take it easy, lie down in the sun. If you want to do Shavasana for the whole class, that's okay too. So we're going to start in lying down on your mats. I won't keep you lying down too long, but lie down on your back with your knees bent. And just let your back flatten into the ground. Bring your chin slightly forward to lengthen the back of your neck. And just relax your shoulders as your arms just drift away from your body. And now you can hug both knees into you and just either rock from side to side or make circles at the base of the spine. Now place your feet back on the mat with the knees still bent. Hug your right knee in. Just hug it right into you. And then stretch the right leg up. Support the back of the leg and just make a little few ankle circles, going in both directions. Now bring your hands back down onto the mat. Keep your foot up in the air and start to make circles from the hip. So starting small and gradually getting bigger with the circles. And changing the direction. Come back to center, hug the right knee in and place your right foot on your mat. Hug your left knee in. So hug it in first just to loosen up the hip joint. Stretch the left leg up, support the back of the leg and make ankle circles. Changing direction. Bring your hands down onto the mat and start to make circles from your hip. So keep the left leg up and start to circle from your hip. And then changing direction. Come back to center, hug the left knee in, hug both knees in. Roll over onto your side and we'll come to seated. So come to sit in a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Just feel your sitting bones supported by the earth. So it's a bit of a softer seat than it is when we're on a hard floor. So I'd like you to rest your hands. You can rest your hands just lightly on your belly. No pressing, just fingertips touching. Exhale through your nose. And inhale deeply until you feel the hands being gently pushed out by the belly. And then slowly exhale. Let the belly button go back towards the spine. And again, deep breath in. And exhale. So a few more deep breaths in your own time. So just bringing your awareness to where you are, aware of the sounds and the sensations around you, but aware just now of your own body and how you're feeling this morning. So just be aware of any injuries you might be carrying, any tightness or stiffness in the body, and respect that as you work through your practice. So we'll take one more deep breath in and fully exhale. Open your eyes. We're going to come over now into child pose. So come over onto your knees. Bring the knees apart and the big toes to touch. Sit back. And again, if you need to support your head, please do. Or you can just bring the hands in front as you lower your forehead towards the ground. So just notice in your child pose how your back begins to lengthen out a little bit. If you want to, you can creep the hands forward just to stretch a little more. And at the same time, you're trying to encourage the hips towards your heels. And now slide forward onto your belly. Come into a low cobra. So you could activate the legs a little bit now, pressing the feet into the mat and feeling the kneecaps and the thighs lifting. Shoulders down. Now bring your hands back under your shoulders, push back up onto your hands and knees. So we'll stack the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. As you exhale, round your back, drop your head and your tailbone. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tailbone. And again, exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Coming back to a neutral spine. Take your right leg back, turn the toes under. Now really stretch that leg. So press the heel back. Feel the hamstrings and calf muscles stretching out. And now you can bring the right leg out to the side. If you want to test yourself, just try lifting the right foot an inch, but keep pressing the weight down into both hands and bring it back down. Bring the right leg back behind. This time we're going to bend the knee. Now you can stay here if you like, pulsing, or maybe reaching forward with the left hand and back to take the right foot. Maybe you'll take your tracksuit bottoms or your trouser bottoms if not. Or if not, it's perfectly okay to stay here and just do little pulses. And release down. So we'll go to the other side. Left foot back. So we'll start with turning the toes under, stretching out that left leg. And if you haven't been doing, even if you're doing a lot of walking and stuff, it doesn't quite stretch the hamstrings. So they might be a bit tight this morning if you haven't been doing anything that stretches them. Left foot out. Balance the weight and maybe lift that left foot an inch. Bring it back down, stretch it behind, bend the knee. So you can stay here. Now you could also just bring the right hand forward and stay at this point, or right hand back to take the left foot. And once you get that foot, push the foot into the hand to balance yourself and press down into the left hand. And slowly release. We'll take one child pose again just to stretch out. Come forward again onto the hands and knees, and this time curl your toes under and lift up into a downward facing dog. Working the legs again here, so bend and straighten, alternate legs. Now take your right leg back, knee in, right foot forward, drop into a lunge. So come down onto your left knee and come into the lunge any way you can. Stay nice and low, maybe on your fingertips. And then we'll just place the left hand down and sweep the right hand up into a twist. Stay here or maybe curl your back foot under and lift the left knee. Right hand down. Step back into downward facing dog. Left leg back. Knee in, into the lunge, drop onto the right knee. So take your time in the lunge, and you might be just staying here, maybe that's good for you this morning. Just letting the hips release a little bit. Right hand down and left hand up. Maybe, if feels okay this morning. And if you want to curl the right foot under, lift the right knee, give it a go. Left hand down, and now you can just curl the back foot under and step the right foot up to the left. Walk your feet nice and wide, bend your knees deeply, take your elbows and give your head a little shake. You can nod it, shake it from side to side. Now, hands on the hips, keeping the knees bent, slowly come up to standing. Everybody okay? So step your feet wide apart. Now just before we move on, just to remind you, I know you've probably all brought water, don't be afraid to stop and have a drink of water at any stage if you need it, or if you feel at some stage you're too hot and you want to move into the shade, feel free to move around and do whatever you need to do this morning. Okay, so we're going to inhale both arms up, interlace the fingers, stretch up, really draw your navel in, soften your knees and stretch over to your right. Stretch up again, draw the navel in and the left. So it's softer on the back if you bend the knees, and stretch up. We'll do one more to each side and to the right. And up, stretch up, and to the left. And slowly come back. Release the hands down. And we'll just do a few big circles now with the arms. You should all have plenty of space between you anyway. And we'll come forward. Lovely. Hands on the hips and just make a few hip circles. And change the direction. Lovely. So just grounding your feet now. You can come to the top of your mat and go from the heels to the toes. Spreading the toes now pressed on into your mat. And you might feel the little lumps and bumps under you, so if you need to move a little bit to have a more solid surface too. Bring your hands to your heart center, close your eyes, and just begin the Ujjayi breath. So we're just breathing in and out of the upper chest now as we move through the active practice. Open your eyes, inhale, take your arms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold, hands to the ground. So we're just doing a half salutation. So inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. And again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold. This time stepping back to plank. Dropping onto your knees now. So you're just going to come down to all fours. We're not just changing a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to neutral spine. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. So you can bend the knees a little if you need to. Relax the head and neck, look back between the feet, and breathe. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward. Step your right and your left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. And again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale to fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, look out, half lift, hands flat, stepping to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. And we'll inhale up into Cobra. So we're going to pause in Cobra, so you can be in low Cobra, or you can be up a little bit higher. Lower down. Push back up onto all fours. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So reconnecting with the breath here. Relaxing the head and neck. The knees can still be slightly bent if you like, or you can be working the legs. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. Once again, inhale, take your palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, look out, half lift, hands flat, step to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to a downward dog. Right leg back. Knee in. Right foot forward, flatten your left heel in and come up. Sweep the arms up. And now we'll bring the hands to the heart center for a moment. Inhale. Exhale your hands behind, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your chest. Inhale, exhale, hands to the ground. Step into plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Left leg back. Knee in. Left foot forward, swivel the right heel in and come up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, hands behind, interlace the fingers, lift your chest. Inhale, exhale, hands to the ground, step to plank, dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes to a downward dog. So once again, just connecting with your breath, inhaling and exhaling to slow it down. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. So take a moment with your eyes closed once again, just connecting with your breath. Enjoying the fresh air, the sensation of being outside, very different practicing in the studio. So hands onto your hips, step your feet wide, and I'm just going to come over here. Is the sound still okay for you? Yeah? Everybody okay? So we're going to take the feet wide, turn the right foot out and the left foot in. Bend into your right knee, inhale the arms up, warrior two, looking along that right arm. And as you inhale, straighten up, bring the arms overhead. As you exhale, drop. Inhale up, exhale, drop, and this time we'll hold it. Just rock into that right thigh, straighten up on the left knee, stretch into the fingertips both directions. Hands onto the hips, straightening your right knee and turning your feet forward. So moving left, now left foot out and right foot in, bend into the left knee. Inhale the arms up, exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, straighten up, arms overhead. Exhale, drop. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, drop. And this time hold it as you breathe. Dropping a little deeper into that left thigh and activating your right leg. Hands onto hips, straighten the left knee and turn the feet forward once again. So moving to your right again, right foot out and angle the left foot in a little. Inhale, both arms up. Extend to your right now, extend, extend, right hand down. Left hand up for Trikonasana. So open the chest a little more if you can. You don't have to look up because it may strain your neck. If you want to, you can look straight ahead or look down. Place your left hand on your hip, slowly come up and bring your right hand up and we'll reverse it. Feeling a nice stretch now on the right side of your body, but supporting the left hip and lower back, and slowly come out of it, hands onto hips, turn the feet forward. So we're going to turn left now, left foot out, right foot in a little bit, inhale both hands up, extend to your left, left hand down, right hand up. Stretch up through that right arm, reach for the sky. And again, anybody needs to, if you need to bend that left knee slightly, you can. Right hand on the hip, slowly come up and get ready to reverse. So keep the right hand on the hip, bring the left hand up and over, stretching the left side of the body. Left hand on the hip, come up, turn both feet forward. So go as wide as you can for the Prasarita Padottanasana, or the wide leg forward bends. Turn your big toes slightly in. We're going to start with keeping the hands on the hips. So bring your thumbs right into the small of your back. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, just hold halfway. So your body is more or less parallel with the ground, and you're just looking down. Stretching on the legs, so use the legs here now. This is more about the legs than just folding forward and using the spine. And then slowly coming back up. Inhale deeply once again, exhale. This time we're going to fold forward and drop the hands. So you can drop both hands if you can reach the ground, or fingertips. Take the weight towards the toes, and then continue to fold if that's appropriate for you. Maybe walking the hands back and dropping the head. Walk your hands forward. Exhale, fully bend your knees. Bring your hands to your hips, and then as you inhale, come up with control, nice and slowly. Lovely. Walk your feet back in towards each other, and we'll come back to stand at the top of the mat. So everybody's favourite, now we're going to try balancing. And I know the ground is a bit uneven, so, there's no problem at all. So if you want to step off your mat, try it and see if you can find something a bit level, not too bumpy. We'll start with standing on the left foot and bending the right knee. So hug your right knee up and take your left hand out. So start here. Now we're going to try bringing the hands to the heart center and see if you can take that right leg back, keeping the knee bent, and just come forward a little bit. If you need to slightly bend the left knee, do. And then swing that right leg forward. Try to keep it lifted and bring it down. Lovely. So other side. We're going to stand on the right foot, so really try and find a solid base for your right foot. Bend the left knee, hug it up for a moment, take the right hand out. Hands to heart center, pause here, and then if you're feeling confident, go forward a little bit and lift the back leg too. So it's a version of Warrior 3 really, but the back leg is bent and the hands are staying at heart center. And slowly bending the right knee now. Bring your left knee forward. And release it down, lovely. Stretch the legs. Shake the hands out. Come back to the top of your mats. Well done, everyone. And feet now a good hip distance apart as we come into squat or Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Weight into the heels this time. Sweep the arms up. And bring your hands to your heart center. Sink the hips a little lower. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms together and twist. Drop those hips low as you can. Back to center. Stretch up. Bend the knees again. Hands to heart center. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Press the palms and twist. Back to center, drop your hands, step back into downward facing dog, stretch out for just a moment, onto your knees, and into child pose. So rest in child pose, whichever version that is for you. And then we'll slide forward onto our tummies. Place the hands just in line with your head to begin with. Activate the legs, now press into the feet. Inhale, lift the head and chest. We're just going to come into low cobra to begin with. If you want to come up onto your fingertips and push yourself up a little higher, give it a go. You might even need to bring the hands further forward. Again, no pinching in the back, please, so take whichever version works for you. Slowly come down. Bring the arms wider now and bend the elbows into cactus pose. Activate the legs again. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. Stay here or maybe lift the hands. And slowly down. Bring the hands under your forehead now. Resting your forehead on the back of your hands and let your feet just flop so the legs relax. Lift your head, bend your elbows once again, so just rest on your forearms and we're going to bend the knees and just stay here for a moment. So this is just a gentle back bend, and again you can vary this. You can bring the hands further forward if there's any discomfort in the back, or you can come back a little bit more and just lift the chest a little more. And slowly come down, take crocodile pose again, so fold the hands, forehead on the back of the hands. Relax your legs. So lifting your head, push yourself back up. We'll come through child pose one more time. Sit back on your heels, roll over and stretch your legs out in front to come into Dandasana. Hands beside your hips, toes drawn back towards you, sit nice and tall. Have a drink if you wanted. This is the time now to just relax a little bit. Just sit and breathe for a moment, enjoying the sunshine. And there's a lovely little breeze there. It's not actually too hot, it's lovely. Okay, we're going to bend the right knee and take the right foot across to the outside of the left leg. Take your right hand behind, your left hand up, and just bring it into a twist to the right. So you can be here, or you can bend the elbow, whatever feels most comfortable. So try to keep that right hip, it will tend to go back. Try to keep the two hips facing forward and just move from your waist. Breathing into the waist area now for your twist. Moving back to the front, keep the legs as they are, and just bring your right arm inside your right knee, your left arm behind you, and open that twist. So we're twisting to the left now. Inhale, come back to the front, stretch your right leg out, bend your left. So step the left foot across to the outside of the right leg, sit tall. And we're going to take the left hand behind, the right hand up, wrapping it around our elbow to the outside of the knee as you twist to your left. And again, be conscious of the hips facing forward, and the movement is from the waist. Inhale back to the front, and we'll switch it around, right hand behind, left hand inside the left leg, and twist back to your right. Inhale, come back to the front, straighten both legs out once again. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, and we're going to keep the feet out a little bit away from us, holding on to the calves of the ankles and just coming forward into a very easy cobbler pose. Inhale to come up. Now if you want to bring the feet in a bit closer, you can, and if you know that you're quite open in the hips, and again just come forward. But it's fine to stay here if you know that you're a bit tight in the hips, or if you have any knee issues. Better to have the feet further away from you. Lengthen out, so rather than rounding the back too much, try to draw your chin and your chest forward. And then inhale, slowly come up and very gently draw the knees together. Okay, so we actually take the feet wide now, take the buttock behind you so that you're already tilted slightly forward. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale. See if you can bring your fingertips to the mat, and if you can creep them forward. Again, don't push it, lengthen through the spine. You know, it's very easy to kind of start tensing everything. I want to get my head down, but actually it's not about getting your head down. It's about lengthening forward. So you're looking out ahead of you. Maybe activate the legs a little more if you can, pointing the toes up to the sky. And relax into it. Just breathe. Slowly walk your hands back. Gently draw your legs together. Bend your knees. So hug your knees in tight, and then roll yourself back onto your back with the knees bent. If you want to, you can hug the knees in for a minute and just rock a little bit. Place your feet back on the mat, now feet hip distance apart, and see if you can tip those heels with your fingertips. So we're going to come into a moving bridge this morning, so if you want to keep it nice and low, you can. So press your feet into the mat, lift your hips, lift your arms over your head, lifting up as high as you want to, or as low, and then slowly release the hips and the arms back down. And again, push into the feet, lift the body, lift the arms overhead, push into those big toes, and slowly lower the back and the arms at the same time. So your hips and your hands maybe come down together. And one more time, press into the feet and lift, arms overhead. And very slowly release the back, release the arms, hug the knees into you and make little circles. So hug your right knee in and stretch your left leg out. We're going to stretch the right leg up, support the back of the leg, and then push the heel up towards the sky as you draw the toes towards you. Bend the right knee, hug it in, and then take your left hand to the outside of your right knee as you draw that right knee to the left, rolling onto your left hip for a twist, and looking back to your right. Coming back onto your back, hug the right knee in and stretch the right leg out. Hugging your left knee in. So hug it right in, Stretch the left leg up, point the heel upwards, draw the toes towards you, and gently encourage that leg or that foot back towards your head, so holding on wherever is appropriate for you. Bending the left knee, take the right hand to the left knee, draw the left knee over as you roll onto your right hip and look back to your left. So you can stretch your left arm out. Come back into the center, hug the left knee in, hug the right knee in. And then you can stretch the legs out and you can begin to get ready for Shavasana. So if you need to put something over you, either to protect you from the sun, or even though it's cooled down a little bit, it's not too hot at the moment, but just get whatever you need nearby to be comfortable. So lots of options in Shavasana. You can have the legs extended and out a little bit wider. You can have the knees bent. You can come into Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and knees dropping. So again, find what works for you and what's comfortable. Close your eyes. And once again, just tune into the sensations and the sounds around you. And then begin to let them fade into the background, all the different sounds that are going on. Bring your awareness now completely to your own body on your mat. Bringing the awareness to the breath. And again, if you want to, you could rest your hands very lightly on your belly, just lying there, or just keep the hands by your side. Exhale fully through your nose. And then begin to inhale deeply, bringing the breath all the way down into the belly. So this breath slows down the heart rate and helps us to relax. And then slowly, slowly release all of the breath. You'll feel the belly just sinking back down as you exhale fully. And then once again, deep breath in. Feel it going all the way down into the belly and then expanding up into the rib cage and into the chest. And then fully exhale to the very end of that breath. And again, deep breath into the belly, into the rib cage, all the way up into the chest. And this time maybe you can pause at the top of the breath before slowly exhaling, releasing all of that breath. So I'd like you to take at least 3 more deep breaths in your own time. Finishing on the last exhale, just let your breath become very quiet now, where the effort is all gone. Letting your body sink even deeper into the ground. So take your awareness to your right side as you relax your right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth and fifth. Your right palm, back of your hand, right wrist, elbow, upper arm and shoulder, right side of your chest, waist, hip, right thigh, right knee, right calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth and fifth toe. The whole right side of your body is relaxed. Move the awareness to the left, starting with the left thumb, second finger, third, fourth and fifth finger. Left palm, back of the hand, left wrist, elbow, upper arm and left shoulder. The left side of your chest, left side of the waist, left hip, left thigh, knee, calf and ankle, left heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth and fifth toe. Now the left side of your body is completely relaxed. Now relax the top of your head, your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, your lips, your throat, the middle of the chest, the upper back, down through the spine to the tailbone, relaxing all of your abdomen and all of your pelvis. Your whole body, the whole body from head to toe is now completely relaxed. So now you can begin to let your awareness come back to the surface as you slowly tune into the sounds and sensations around you. The sound of the birds, the feel of the gentle breeze over your skin should feel nice. Tuning into sounds a little bit further away maybe. And now start to slowly wake your body up as you move your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles. Gently move your head side to side. Hug your knees into you. Rock from side to side. And eventually roll onto your right side where you're going to take 3 full breaths. And now slowly bring yourself to seated hopefully with your eyes closed, placing one hand on your heart and the other hand on top. Deep breath in. Exhale as you open your eyes. Namaste. So thank you all again so much for coming. This was the perfect morning, not too hot, just lovely. So again this morning I'm going to ask you, if you feel like it, to donate to Helpful Steps. I've sent the link to most of you. If you don't have it, just message me and I can send it to you again. They really do need to raise, I think it's 150,000 for each of those suits. I don't know if the little article was with the link, but it is based in Cork, in the gym in Cork, and people from all over Munster can come and use this, people who are in wheelchairs, and it makes a huge difference to their lives, to things like their bone density, their bladder function, their bowel function. It's unbelievable what being upright, which we all take for granted, does for somebody who is wheelchair bound, you know, for the rest of the time. So it is a great, now there are lots of good causes, and we'll move on and we'll come back to other charities, and if you have a specific charity you'd like to donate to, please do that. I really don't mind, but it's just to suggest at the moment that Helpful Steps are really trying to raise a lot of money for this, for another one of these suits. So once again, thank you all for coming. Enjoy the sunshine, and we'll be here Saturday again at 10:30, and next Wednesday and Saturday, all weather dependent. If it's been cancelled, I'll probably, message you early in the morning. So thanks again. Thank you.